Lakers fans are spoiled rumor addicts because they've literally never known struggle. When they win, it's just, we're back, like they never left. When they lose, it's, trade everyone, fire the coach, burn it down. Their catchphrase? He's coming to LA. And to be fair, stars actually do end up there, every single time. They'll really look at a Giannis trade rumor and say, we'll give you Rui in a second with a straight face. The crazy part? Sometimes it works. Warriors fans are entitled dynasty fans because they think championships are a birthright. When they win, it's dynasty mode activated, like they're playing 2K. When they lose, it's refs sold, league rigged, Adam Silver hates us. Their catchphrase is, we've seen this movie before. And honestly, to be fair, they changed the entire sport. But they really went from being the worst franchise in basketball to acting like they invented winning. Steph hits 1 3 and the whole fan base starts planning the parade route. Celtics fans are condescending professors because they treat every basketball conversation like a lecture. When they win, you're getting a full basketball history lesson with footnotes. When they lose, it's, doesn't count. We had injuries. Wait till we're healthy. Their catchphrase? 18 rings. How many you got? To be fair, they're always competitive and actually no ball, but they'll really interrupt your casual game take with, well, actually, if you study the 1986 roster construction, bro, nobody asked. Knicks fans are an emotional stock market because their mood swings are genuinely insane. When they win one game, it's parade down Fifth Avenue, we back, it's our year. When they lose, it's blow it up, trade everybody, fire Thibs, sell the team. Their catchphrase is literally just, we back. And to be fair, they have the best crowd in basketball when the team's good. 1 second, they're ready to build a Brunson statue. Next second, they're questioning why he's even on the floor. The Garden goes crazy though. You gotta respect it. Heat fans are culture believers because they genuinely think those 2 words solve everything. When they win, it's just culture with no further explanation needed. When they lose, it's, don't worry, we'll flip the switch in the playoffs. Their catchphrase is heat culture, and to be fair, they are always dangerous in the playoffs somehow. They'll be the 9 seed and still convince themselves they're making the finals. Tyler Herro has one good game and they're cutting championship DVDs. The delusion is actually impressive at this point. If your team isn't here yet, relax. Your turn is coming. Keep watching. Sixers fans are patient trauma survivors because they've been waiting for literally everything. When they win, it's, this is the year, finally, it's happening. When they lose, it's, if we're healthy next year though. Their catchphrase is, trust the process. And to be fair, that fan base is genuinely loyal through all the pain. They really sat through 10-win seasons on purpose, and Embiid still can't stay on the court. Ben Simmons refused to shoot a basketball, and they still believed. That's dedication or insanity, probably both. Suns fans are mood swing champions because they go from ring chasers to depression in 1 quarter. When they win, it's, book is him. We're making noise, finals bound. When they lose, it's trade everybody except book, blow it up, start over. Their catchphrase is, we're right there, and to be fair, they're loud as hell when the team's rolling. But they'll really love Kevin Durant 1 week, then want him traded the next. The Beal takes are even worse. Consistency? Never heard of her. Nuggets fans are a spreadsheet cult because everything is about Jokic's advanced stats. When they win, they're citing efficiency ratings and on-off splits like it's a dissertation. When they lose, it's, look at our net rating without him. Save this man. Their catchphrase is, actually, Jokic's impact on the offense. And to be fair, they're usually right. But they really turn every basketball conversation into a math lecture. Jokic drops a 30-point triple-double and they're calculating his usage rate and true shooting. Just enjoy the greatness, man. Mavs fans are traumatized doom scrollers because they watched their entire future get shipped to LA. When they win, it's, we're fine, everything's fine, through tears. When they lose, it's, why would they do this to us? Their catchphrase is literally just save us. And to be fair, they care deeply about their team. But losing Luka broke them in ways that can't be healed. Every game feels like watching a funeral in slow motion. A D got hurt immediately, and they're just numb to the pain now. Thunder fans are smug geniuses because everything worked out perfectly, and they know it. When they win, it's, we have 47 first-round picks, we're set forever. When they lose, it's all development, trust the timeline. Their catchphrase is trust Presti. And to be fair, their front office is genuinely elite. But they really lost 3 MVPs and somehow ended up better. They know they're lucky and they love rubbing it in. Shea drops 40 and they're already talking about 2027 draft picks. Clippers fans are starving and cursed because they've been waiting 54 years for 1 ring. When they win, it's, this is it. This is finally happening. When they lose, it's, not again. How is this possible? Their catchphrase is next year. And to be fair, they're loyal through unbelievable pain. They share a city with the Lakers and still show up. They've had contender after contender, and the trophy case is still empty. That's genuine suffering, and they deserve respect for sticking around. Bulls. Bulls fans are nostalgic passion merchants because everything goes back to the Jordan era. When they win, it's just like the 90s, the energy is back. When they lose, it's in Jordan's era, we never would have. Their catchphrase is, we used to be great. And to be fair, they have a global fan base that's insane. The United Center still packs out even during rough years. They've got 6 rings in the past, but they're living off memories. Every draft pick gets compared to Scottie Pippen somehow. Raptors. Raptors fans are anxious post-championship survivors because they peaked and they know it. When they win, it's, see, we're still smart. Masai knows what he's doing. When they lose, it's, we need a star, we need another Kawhi. Their catchphrase is, bring back 2019. And to be fair, they're actually knowledgeable basketball fans. But that championship made them scared of being irrelevant again. Every move gets overanalyzed. They traded Pascal and OG, and now they're just hoping Scotty Barnes saves them. Cavs. Cavs fans are grateful and cautious because they've seen both sides. When they win, it's, we actually deserve this after everything. When they lose, it's, at least we're not rebuilding anymore. Their catchphrase is 2016 forever. And to be fair, their roster building has been solid lately. That championship erased 52 years of pain, so they're just happy to be good again. LeBron gave them everything, and now they're the 1 seed. They're trying not to jinx it by getting too hype. Timberwolves. Timberwolves fans are ride-or-die loyalists because they've survived everything and never left. When they win, it's we're real contenders, respect us. When they lose, it's we've seen way worse than this. Their catchphrase is Ant is him. And to be fair, that's real loyalty through pain. They really packed a beer garden for a Game 7 watch party like it was the Super Bowl. Trading Cat hurt, but they just doubled down on Ant. That fan base doesn't bandwagon, they're trapped and they've accepted it. If you're mad about your team's description, comment your real catchphrase below. If you can't think of one, I was right. Kings. Kings fans are devoted survivors because they've stuck through literal decades of pain. When they win, it's beam memes everywhere and pure joy. When they lose, it's pain is tradition, we expected this. Their catchphrase is light the beam, and to be fair, their home crowd vibes are elite. They almost lost the team to Seattle and fought to keep them. Golden One Center goes crazy every night. They've earned every single win after 16 straight years of missing playoffs. Spurs. Spurs fans are quiet confidence personified because they don't need to be loud. When they win, it's just fundamentals with a shrug. When they lose, it's let Wemby develop. We're patient. Their catchphrase is, we build players. And to be fair, their development reputation is the best in the league. 5 championships, and they never made it a circus. Tim Duncan retired, and they just moved on. They're watching Wemby grow and trusting Pop. Rivals forget they exist until the banners remind them. Rockets. Rockets fans are needy trade machine addicts because they can't just enjoy the young core. When they win, it's the young core is special. We're back. When they lose, it's we need a superstar. Package all the picks. Their catchphrase is package the picks. And to be fair, their future is genuinely bright. But they made the playoffs, and half the fan base still wants to trade for the next disgruntled star. Let Sengun and Green cook. Stop opening the trade machine every time they lose one game. Grizzlies. Grizzlies fans are gritty identity warriors because toughness is their whole personality. When they win, it's we want all the smoke. Who's next? When they lose, it's refs were dirty, they can't guard us straight up. Their catchphrase is grit and grind, and to be fair, they're tough as hell. The whoop that trick chants shake the whole arena. Tony Allen was locking up superstars, and the fans matched that energy. They play physical, and the fan base loves every hard foul. Memphis basketball is built different. Moral victory banner idea. Held them under 120 points. Hang it up in the rafters right now. Pelicans. Pelicans fans are suffering optimists because Zion is killing them slowly. When they win, it's we're scary when healthy. Watch out. When they lose, it's if we're healthy next year though. Their catchphrase is when Zion's healthy. And to be fair, the talent is genuinely real. But Zion can't stay on the court, and it's torture. CJ went down, Murray tore his Achilles, Herb and Trey had surgeries. It's like the entire roster is cursed. They're watching highlights of what could have been every single season. Hawks. Hawks fans are chaos merchants because this team makes no sense ever. When they win, it's, see, we can beat anybody. We're dangerous. When they lose, it's, we can literally lose to anybody. What is this team? Their catchphrase is, Trey had 30 and 15. And to be fair, they're never boring to watch. One night they're blowing out the Celtics, next night losing to the Pistons. Trade drops dimes and fans have no idea if they're contenders or tanking. The vibes are pure chaos and they've accepted it. Pacers. Pacers fans are Indiana-only hoop heads because nobody outside the state cares. When they win, it's, we run, this is real basketball. When they lose, it's, of course, no national TV coverage. Their catchphrase is, small market, big heart, and to be fair, they're pure basketball fans. Indiana lives and breathes hoops, but it's all local. Halliburton is hooping and you'd never know it scrolling Twitter. Their games are impossible to find on TV. The passion is real, but it's trapped inside state borders. Magic. Magic fans are quiet rebuild believers because they're building something and nobody notices. When they win, it's, we're coming, just watch. When they lose, it's, next year, development takes time. Their catchphrase is Franz is him, and to be fair, their defense is legit, but the fan base is basically invisible. Half the arena is tourists from Disney. Their subreddit is like 12 loyal people posting game threads. They could win 10 straight, and the basketball world wouldn't notice. Quiet success, but emphasis on quiet. Nets. Nets fans are having a full identity crisis because nothing makes sense anymore. When they win, it's trust the picks. We're rebuilding smart. When they lose, it's wait, what's the actual plan here? Their catchphrase is, we're rebuilding again. And to be fair, they learned hard lessons. They went from Big Three championship dreams to worst record in the league, traded McCall for picks, lost Cam Thomas to injury. Every move feels directionless. They're just lost in the lottery, hoping something clicks eventually. Wizards. Wizards fans are cursed doomers because everything always goes wrong. When they win, it's, we didn't lose by 30, that's progress. When they lose, it's, fade me, it's completely over. Their catchphrase is literally, fade me. And to be fair, the real fans who stuck around are genuine loyalists. Worst record in the league. 16-game losing streaks twice. Injuries everywhere. Coulibaly tears his hamstring. Middleton's shooting bricks. The rebuild is already broken. It's misery from every angle, and they're just numb to it. Hornets. Hornets fans are invisible pain sufferers because nobody remembers they exist. When they win, it's LaMelo highlights are going crazy. When they lose, it's injured again, of course. Their catchphrase is, at least LaMelo's fun to watch, and to be fair, vibes are good when healthy, but they're buried under Duke and UNC in their own state. LaMelo is special and nobody outside Charlotte cares. The teal jerseys are fire though, so there's that. Jazz. Jazz fans are heartbroken realists because they had something and watched it die. When they win, it's, remember when we had something special? When they lose, it's, we're stockpiling picks now, trust the process. Their catchphrase is, remember that Mitchell Gobert era. And to be fair, they have a loyal statewide fan base. They blew a 2-0 lead to the Clippers, and it still haunts them. Traded both stars, and now they're just collecting assets. That core was supposed to be their shot, and it's gone. Plus, Jordan broke their hearts in the 90s. Double pain. Trailblazers. Trailblazers fans are loyal rebuilders because they never turn their back on the team. When they win, it's future's bright. Young guys are developing. When they lose, it's trust the development. This is the process. Their catchphrase is Rip City, and to be fair, they always show up. Last season, they had a losing record and still averaged 18,000 fans per game. That's real loyalty in a small market. Dame left, and they didn't panic. They've been through everything since their one championship and never wavered. Portland loves their team. Wild card, my team. And look, since I'm roasting everybody, let me roast my own fan base real quick. We're so delusional, we really think every rebuild is one trade away from a championship. We overrate every draft pick, defend every bad contract, and convince ourselves that missing the playoffs builds character. Our catchphrase is, next year is different, and we've been saying it for a decade. To be fair, we show up though, even when it's painful, even when we know we're lying to ourselves. That's real fandom right there. All right, who did I nail and who did I completely disrespect? Comment your team and your real fan base catchphrase below. If you want a part 2 with playoff fan bases or Twitter fan bases, comment fanbase patch and I got you. Appreciate you watching. Now go argue in the comments.